Okay, so we are on Facebook. Yeah. We made it. Or it's going. We may be there, we may not be there. And I hope that we are in, I guess we're in speaker view. We'll have to see real fast. Okay.
Let me see. I'll refresh the browser here.
So, welcome everybody. It's me, Christy Candelario, and I have Cassie Jeans, Jen Morgan, and Jennifer Jade, who's about to be back. And we're here to talk about the Wanderpreneur Business Retreat, which is happening this October in Mexico on the Island of Women, also known as Isla Mujeres. I wanted to come on again because our early bird ends tonight, and I know that there's been a lot of people that have been saying that they hope they can go, they wish they can go, they really want to go, they're working things out, and I wanted to let you know that, like, hey, hun, prices are going up, so we don't want you to miss out. So I know that there's some of y'all that have no idea who I am. So at first, while everyone else is like sharing it out to their groups and stuff, I thought I would introduce myself and welcome everybody. And other than that, we'll get started. We're just gonna come on. We're gonna just let you meet us, go over some of the stuff in case you have questions. So if you have questions, post them below. And if you're joining us live, make sure you say hi below in the comments because we want to see y'all. So my name is Christy Candelario. I'm a business coach and consultant for those that really want freedom in their life, like the people that have their businesses, but maybe their profit margins aren't right. They don't have the structure. They don't have the systems. They have no idea what strategies are outside of marketing. And that's where I come into play. I like focusing on a lot of different areas in business and really auditing you as an entrepreneur and you as a business, because let's face it, we're not like successful in all areas. And I know that 90% of businesses fail. And I wanted to put together this retreat with some of my favorite online entrepreneurs out there so we could really make sure that you're not the 90%, because I don't want you to be normal. I want you to be different. I want you to be the 10%, like the guest speakers that are attending the Mexico Business Retreat, because you're totally worth your dreams and you're totally capable. And I really think that you are all the authority you need. I just need you to believe it. I need you to just take that little action. Like, you already know what you want to do. I really want you to just take the action now. So I'm going to share it out to my group now, and I'm going to let Cassie go into more of her story and tell us about yourself, where you're from, and everything else like that.
Thank you so much, Christy. So hey to everybody who's just popping in right now. If you're catching the replay, it's so awesome that you're here. We're so stoked to be able to get to meet you, because this is like an intermixing of a lot of really cool tribes. So it's really amazing. And it's an honor always to share this space with such incredible women. And truly, like, we're just so excited about what's going to happen at the Wanderpreneur Business Retreat. I mean, I'm the type of person who's like, you set me up in like a room full of like really like amazing people that are like so on fire for life, who just really truly want to like pursue their passion, their calling in the most authentic and real way, but then who truly do desire success, so that they then can contribute to the rest of the world. I mean, you put that type of energy in one spot on an island in Mexico with like incredible like sun and energy and all these sorts of like amazing like food and experiences, and like you just put this all together, and like you just can feel what's going to start happening. You can feel already the energy that's already going into it before you even get there. So I'm so jazzed to like be a part of this. For those of you guys don't know me, I'm an expert in self-worth and business mindset. And the reason why I paired these two together is because self-worth is one of these things that just continually keeps coming back. I don't care how many years you've been in business. I don't care what business you're in. If you are not in total integrity with the value that you have in this world, and if you are not fully embodying your message and your truth on your terms, then it is going to be really, really challenging to create the business that you love, because you're always going to be wondering who you are within it. So we really go deep into identity, and identity is really, really huge when it comes to being able to create life and business the way that you've always dreamed it to be. And yeah, I'm just so jazzed to be there. So there's just so many goodies I would love to like share with everybody and go really, really deep on. But one thing that's really great to know about me and the way that I tend to operate any sort of class or program or conference or anything like that is we go deep, like we get really to the root of things. And as much as important it is to live in the present moment and to be in now and to really be thinking about your future, if there's some things that are going on in your past that are either still tripping you up or still hangups that are just kind of like rearing their ugly head and you're like, why does this still keep coming up? If there's a lot of shame or a lot of guilt that you're still holding on to, if there's things in your life that you just are not able to like break through and then know what to do after you've broken through, then this is something that you're really going to want to be a part of, because when you are able to fully release and accept, forgive, and have certainty in who you are and what happened, and you can just finally be at peace about it, you can start to go into the other areas of your life and bring so much light into them. So the areas that have maybe been neglected for a long time can now start to transition into an incredible space of awakening, and you truly can create from your most authentic place. And that is like truly, and I know a lot of people don't like to use the word magic, but there is magic in that. There is soul in that. There is inspiration in that. There is tapping into creative energy and creative divine force. So I absolutely just want to see you guys there so you can experience that and have a transformation all on your terms. It'd be just amazing. And I've got a puppy here right now, so if I'm looking distracted, it's because I don't want to knock my whole thing over.
Yeah, I love what you had to say. That's an important message. And I don't know if she said this or not, but Cassie Jeans is a life coach for entrepreneurs. So she just kind of shared everything that she does, but that's her title. To remember her by. And then I also want to introduce Jen Morgan from upstate New York. That I don't even know how we met, but we met and we hit it off. And then I was like, hey, I put together this business retreat. I actually did this to everybody, guys. I put together my entire layout. Like, this is what I want on day one. This is what I want on day two. Before I even asked anyone. I probably did everything a little backwards, but I totally planned it all out. And then I'm like, hey, I made this timeline for this event I want to plan. Do you want to come join me? And luckily, they all said yes. But Jen Morgan, she is really cool, but I'll let her spill the beans on who she is.
Oh, thank you. I'm really, really excited to kind of just be on here. And like Christy said, like, I don't even know how it was that we came together. It just happened, right? And so same thing, like you just kind of put this outline together and you kind of like plop these people's names that you just thought were cool. And it just kind of like happened, right? And so this is kind of what I specialize in. One of the things that I am going to be talking with you guys when we're all there together, which if you are on the fence, get off the fence and come. I am definitely somebody who's straightforward when I say things. If you're on the fence, get off the fence.
Or I'll push you off the fence.
Yeah, I will come and push you off the fence. But one of the things that I'm really excited to bring to you guys when we're all there is talking about manifestation and how that can translate into your business. So what I do is I run a Crystal Healing Arts Academy and just a spiritual overall kind of school, right? So all sorts of different topics we'll be talking about, all sorts of different stuff in my school because it was the progression of my spiritual life, right? So I got into like my spiritual life and my spiritual realm because I've had crystals around me since I was a kid. I was like, man, I got to figure out everything there is to know about these things. And then all of a sudden I'm like, man, you know, astrology is really cool and horoscopes are really cool and manifestation's really cool. And so it kind of led me down this beautiful, you know, rabbit trail of learning all of these things. And so what I do in my school is I certify people in all sorts of different healing arts, just a broad array of different things. But my favorite thing in the whole wide world is business. Favorite thing. I like to say this all the time, born an entrepreneur. My dad's an entrepreneur. His dad was an entrepreneur. His dad's dad was an entrepreneur. It's literally something that's in my blood. And so I've kind of been able to walk this like beautiful path of like this spirituality and then this thing that's been with me my whole life, which is entrepreneurship, right? So I take all these kind of things that are maybe some people think are weird or a little taboo or like people say like woo-woo, they're like a little like out there, right? And make it approachable for people who are business people, right? So I'm literally going to bring you guys from a point of like, what the heck is a crystal? to I'm going to use crystals and this is how I'm going to use them in my business and this is how I'm going to use them to like bring my business to the next level, right? Something like crystals or like the steps of manifestation, which like Christy, like you do it. And I tell you this all the time.
I know, but I was not into it. I was like, no.
Yeah, but the cool thing about manifestation, guys, is that it's the energy that you put out there. So the energy that you put out there knows that this right here is something you need. And then you get to go to the next step, which is, am I going to act on it? Right? So you're all in this beautiful place here with us right now, watching us live. And maybe you clicked on this on a whim, or maybe you've been on the fence for a while, but you're here for some reason. And now the next step is to act on it. Like when Christy said, okay, I wrote these sessions on a piece of paper and I just said, okay, I'm going to put somebody in. That was her acting. That was her saying, this is what I want. Hey, universe, please come answer me. And then she asked, and that happened to come to fruition, right? So I guess all sorts of things are going to happen when you're there. And I'm going to teach you all sorts of things. But my main thing that I want to tell you right now is you're here for a reason. You're watching this for a reason. The next step is to start acting. Trust and act. Okay. That's what I'm going to go into way, way, way more in depth when we're on the island and like sunshine and paradise. And I'm a water baby. So I'm just like,
me too.
I'm gonna like go there and you're just gonna see me and I'm gonna be like staring off into the water like there's Jen, you know. But definitely, guys, you know, you're here for a reason. You popped on at this time for a reason. You found Christy like I found Christy for a reason. I'm connected with the ladies that I'm gonna be meeting on the island for a reason. So act. Yeah.
And act fast because overthinking kills dreams.
Oh, that's the like probably the number one thing that I teach people as a quick, easy, attainable thing is when you have that moment of fear or doubt or confusion or you try to talk yourself out of something, that's your ego trying to say, I'm going to keep you really small because it's much better. Don't you want to be small? Don't you like not want the dreams of, you know, like, don't you not want your dreams to happen? Don't you like not want your big life? And you're like, no, I want my big life. So when you have that like thought pop up, flip it to knowing that means you have to do it. If you have doubt, if you have that second that pops into your head, that means do it. You have 20 seconds. That's what it is. It's 20 seconds before fear or doubt come in any story or situation. 20 seconds.
And I just want to be real honest and transparent real fast. This retreat, I invited them. I was good. I was confident. I was ready to go. As soon as I had to sign a contract with the people in Mexico, fear came all the way in. And I was like, there's no way I can do this. How am I going to have 40 rooms booked out? There is no freaking way. And then I'm like panicking and stuff like that. And I had to take a moment and be like, no, you got this, Christy. Like you totally wanted this. Everything's been working out. Everything's in your favor. The first round of early bird ended. And I'm looking at my board over here. We have 27 more rooms left to fill. And I feel really good about it. I feel like we're going to get there. It's going to be easy.
That's going to happen. That's going to happen.
Yeah. But I mean, fear could have canceled this whole thing.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be here today if I had that fear. Yeah. So I just want to bring that up because we all get the fear. It always happens.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I guess that's all. That's all I got to say. Faith your fear, people.
Yeah, exactly. Jennifer, Jade, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself again? I know some people probably already know you that are here because you were on last time too.
Yeah, I was on last time and I was getting so pumped. I was like on this high for the rest of the day.
Right.
Okay. So my name's Jennifer Jade and I do coaching for business on a soul level. So you can see how we all sort of fit in here together. And I'm just like listening to the other girls speak. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I want to learn more about this. And, you know, I totally resonated with everything Cassie was saying, everything that Jen was saying. And, you know, one of the things that I think it was Cassie, she said, I don't care how long you've been in business. This is something that you need ongoing and you always constantly need to be growing because you know, one thing I learned is that you can only take your clients as far as you've taken yourself. And so I'm excited to be there even as a guest and be learning from these incredible women. So yeah, I'm already excited just to even come. But for me, I'm all about clarity.
And you know, I resonate with the other ladies on the call here. I have been spiritual my whole life because my mom was. So it was like her and I together would always talk about all the woo-woo things just in private, the two of us, because we thought if we spoke about it openly, people would judge us, and maybe they would have. Back in the day, I feel like it's getting a little bit more mainstream now. But and then also what Jen said about being an entrepreneur. So my mom's an entrepreneur as well. And I remember even before I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, I just knew that I didn't want to do it for anybody else. I wanted to be the creator of my own schedule, make my own time, create my own life, and, you know, live it limitlessly and not be within the confines or the bounds of someone else telling me when I can have days off and, you know, what my hours are and what my schedule is week to week. So I love marrying the two together, the spiritual side and the business side. But where I really like to dial in is on the clarity piece. So I feel like one of my main purposes and missions here in this lifetime is to help other people discover what their own mission is, what their own purpose is. Why were you born? What is that thing that will light you up? And it won't be just one thing for the rest of your life. It'll be something that grows and evolves and maybe even changes over time. But where are you at right now? And if I asked you, would you know what that is? Most people don't. Many people don't. So anyone coming to this retreat, that is going to be my intention with you, is to get the clarity on your purpose and turning that into your business, turning that into your lifestyle brand, whether you have already started a lifestyle brand business or you feel inclined, you have this kind of inner calling, you want to move in that direction, but you're not quite clear on what that is for you, what that would look like for you, then, you know, let's get the clarity for you that you're craving. If you have already started your business, how can you go deeper within your purpose? How can you bring that more into who you are, what you're doing, what you're offering, the services that you're offering? Is it in alignment with your pricing? You know, are you pricing what you're actually worth, or are you undervaluing yourself and now you're depleting yourself of your energy time because you're undercharging for your services?
And that's very common.
Yeah. So we will talk spiritual things, but I want it to be applied to you and your business, whether you've created it or not yet. So we'll bring the spiritual into your real life and how it applies to you specifically as a person and into your business.
And both of them mentioned that they were like born entrepreneurs. And I'm entrepreneur number 9 in my family, the 3rd female, the first one online. So it was born into it too. Whenever I was little, I used to actually, like, you know how kids play house. I used to play in the garage. I used to be a vet some days, where I'd have like my sister be my client and bring the dog in, or she would be working and we would just have imaginary clients coming into the shop, and then I'd have other businesses too. Yeah. Like, I always played that. So yeah, it was definitely in my blood too. And I wanted, what?
I just wanted to piggyback on that. And, you know, I'm inspired by my mom, who was an entrepreneur, but I'm also very inspired by my dad, who worked at the mill. Like, he worked at the local mill. He still does. He works his ass off. He's going to have to work till he's 65, and then he'll get like a minimal pension. He's always had to ask for what days he could have off and what his hourly rate of pay would be. And for him, that's fine. Like, he likes that in a way. Like, he doesn't have desires of owning a business or anything like that. Yeah. But it was still inspiring to me, whether I had a parent that was an entrepreneur or not. They both have inspired me in different ways to do what I do now. It's almost even more motivating to see my dad's lifestyle and be like, that's exactly what I don't want.
Yeah, no, I've done that too. Yeah.
So anyone listening, because it sounds like each of us, or, a few of us have had parents that are entrepreneurs. And I just want to make sure anyone whose parents were not entrepreneurs, like, that can be very inspiring for you as well.
Yeah, to see what you don't want. Because I know there's like parts of my life or childhood, and I don't want that for my future or my unborn kids. And I think, both of that is really powerful to help inspire you. So I see we got some people on, and if you're just joining, say hello. So Cassie, Jen, and Jen can all say hi to you, including me. But I wanted to go over what we're doing in Mexico because I don't want you thinking like, okay, I'm gonna enroll, I'm gonna get my hotel, I'm gonna get my plane tickets, and then what? Okay, I don't want you to be lost or confused, and we're just here to spill the beans on everything. That way there is no major surprise like, what the hell am I doing here? Or was this a bad investment? And it's not going to be a bad investment. So here's what's going down. It all starts on October 10th in Mexico. You're going to fly into the Cancun airport, go outside. There's going to be about like 1,000 different taxi cab drivers right there saying like, go with me, go with me, go with me, and just pick one and tell them to take you to the ferry to get over to Isla Mujeres. And if you don't remember Isla Mujeres, just say the island of women, the ferry port, something like that. They'll know where to go. And then you're going to take the ferry on over, go check into the hotel. And then that night on Tuesday, October 10th, we're going to have this big party, basically, where everyone gets to introduce each other. We're going to also talk about like the types of freedoms, desires, and releasing any kind of fears that we have to really get ready for the, life-changing event that starts on Wednesday. So that Tuesday night's going to just be like a fun, big icebreaker, if you want to call it. But I feel like we all know each other so well anyways. And then on Wednesday, last time I said everyone was getting up at 4 a.m. This time I think I changed it. And it's going to be 2 a.m. I'm just kidding, guys. It's actually 9 a.m.
I remember when you first said that, I was like, wait a second. I didn't see that. I am not.
No, I was kidding last time.
Person. I am a night person.
Yeah, well, we're working 2 a.m. to midnight every day. No, I'm just kidding. That is totally not my style. I'm actually the kind of person that like doesn't want to do that. I can't even force myself. And even when I do, that's not where my biggest success comes from. It's most of the time from working in short little bursts and then having freedom and actually living my life. And that's when the magic happens and I make the money and dreams come true. So on Wednesday, we're all getting together at 9 a.m. and Emma Black and Jen Morgan are going to take off the morning and talk about, like the self-love, the energies and things like that. Emma Black, who is not here, she is my Scottish lady. She lives in Scotland. I'm actually going over there August to go see her. But she is a transformational love coach that focuses on self-love, but also relationships. So we're really diving into all that. And you know what? Well, Cassie's here. Back it up to Tuesday night at the party. We're also going to talk about relationships. And I'm going to see about having my husband even tell his side of the story from when I first started my business. Because, it wasn't all rainbows and unicorns over here. We could say it was, but it really wasn't. So we're going to dive in and, show you what real shit storms are. And I'm just kidding. Wasn't that bad, but we're going to let it all out because you know what? I know that there's a lot of, it's hard. If you're the entrepreneur and your spouse isn't, and they're like, what the hell are you doing? We're going to lose everything. What am I with you? Like, it's crazy to get them on the path with you. Okay. But if you're a little bit crazy like me, it's going to end up working. Because now he's supportive, but I think it'd be fun. So you can see like both sides of the story and then also see where we're at now, because I don't want you looking at any of us and even the ones that aren't here going like, wow, I wish I could be them, but I never will be. And like, number one, don't compare yourself to others. Just see what they have and go after it and know that you can too. But I don't want you sitting there thinking that all of us have it perfect, because honey, dear goodness, we don't. I know that. I know that a lot of things are more perfect now, but it didn't start off that way. And I think at the opening party, I think it'd be really fun to kind of have the double-sided story so you can hear both sides. And because, you get to bring somebody with you at the business retreat. So whether that's your spouse, your mom, your best friend, your business bestie, whatever, you get to bring someone with you, and think that that's going to be really big and important to hear. So back to Wednesday after the self-love energy with Emma and Jen Morgan, not Jennifer Jade. Then Jennifer Jade and Cassie Jeans will come in and kind of go over the whole mindset and the clarity and discovering yourself and defining your future. So a lot of people, I feel like, say, I don't know. When I ask, like, okay, well, what's your biggest desire? Like, let's start there so we can work on mapping something out. And it's common for them to be like, I don't know, Christy. I don't know. Like, I want to do this, but I don't really know. And then there's a lot of I don't know. So this is the part where we take I don't know out of the vocabulary because you're going to know. And then by 4 p.m., you get to relax. Like, go do whatever you want. You can go anywhere on the island. It's like 4 miles long, maybe a little less than that, half a mile wide, give or take. And there's beaches everywhere. There's amazing, like, views on one side. And I think we're the first ones to see the sunrise and sunset. One of them, depending on the season, I forget. But we'll be the first one in Mexico to see that, whether it's sunset or sunrise. So you can go enjoy that. And go out and go make friends with the locals, because the locals, they're awesome there. Like, I love this island, guys. And then on on Thursday, we're kicking off with something going over. We have Tanya, who is a holistic health coach and fitness. It's all about fitness and health. And she's coming in at 9 a.m. to talk about fitness, balance, and having the big health talk with you. Because as entrepreneurs, when you're getting stressed out, we don't want your cheeks to get all puffy and you to feel like your pants don't fit, and you don't worry about it because you're only seeing people this up. Like, we got to care about the muffin top too, people. So we're going to talk about that and work on getting those healthy habits in place and stuff like that, because, eventually you're going to leave your house and eventually people are going to look at you, and we want you to feel good about yourself. So that's what's going on at 9. And then at 10, we have tapping into your creative side with Alyssa Russell, who will be there because she's all about getting into that. Like, she is actually a client of mine. And anytime that the mentor, the coach, I'm feeling like super stuck, like, okay, I need to work on this, blah, blah, she's like, just comes out of me. She finds it. She pulls it out of me. She's like, well, hello, Christy, you have this whole thing mapped out. Don't you see it? I'm like, oh, yeah. So she's coming on to talk all about tapping into your creative side. We also have me coming on after that. I know everyone was wondering whenever I was going to talk, right? And we're going to be talking about having an abundance of dream clients, because when I first started my business, I was working with a lot of nightmare clients. I mean, they were great people. They just weren't my kind of people, and I didn't vibe with them. And I kind of just made a promise to myself that if I was going to be in business, I was going to work with people that lit me up, that made me love my dream business, because I didn't want my dream business to become my nightmare business just because I wasn't surrounded by the right people. So that's where we're going to really dive into that, then go to lunch or have lunch brought to us, one of the two. And then Michelle Arnold, she's coming on to talk about branding your business in a way that leads to sales and more content. So this whole day is just kind of like mapping out and getting ready to go. Like, everything flows. We did it in order for a purpose, because we want you by the end to really have everything and not feel like, okay, what comes first? What do I do? What do I focus on first? Like, you're doing the stuff while we're there and everything flows, okay? I'm all about the flow. Like Jen Morgan said, we're water girls. We've got to flow. And then after Michelle goes, then I'm going to come back on and talk about running your business like an expert entrepreneur, because going back to the beginning, if you were here, I mentioned that 90% of businesses fail within 3 years. Let's add that on too. And I don't want you to be one of those, because you have this passion, you have this talent, and you have big dreams, and we got to make sure that you can actually live them out, and that you don't become one of those forever dreamers that shuts down their business and ends up in the same cycles. Because here's the deal. You've already told your loved ones what you're trying to do. You've already told all your friends. You're already on social media. Like, do you really want to like just tell everyone like, oh, never mind, I'm not doing any of that because I couldn't, because I want you to. And most of the time, it's that you don't know how to be an entrepreneur. You know how to do what you're really passionate about, but you don't know what it takes to be an expert entrepreneur. Now, I'm not trying to turn you into a business expert so you can go help other people with their businesses, unless that's really what you want to do. If so, you're going to need a lot more than just this day. but we're going over important spots of your business that need to be in place. That way you can be an expert, because this is where everyone messes up, because most entrepreneurs, they focus on like 3 things: marketing, their clients or customers, and these crazy things called income projections that half the time don't even seem to work out. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, well, there's a lot more to business than those 3 areas. And if we're just focusing on those 3 things, you're failing as an entrepreneur, and you got to come so we can get you to be an expert entrepreneur and figure out the rest of the crap for you too. So you can just have a powerhouse and come back and make your dream life your reality. And then I guess I should say some of that stuff, because, you know, maybe it can be a little educational while y'all are here, but some of that stuff is going to be going over the season of your business and you as an entrepreneur, managing your finances, because a lot of people, if you have money issues right now and you don't fix them, doesn't matter if you're a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever, you're going to have those same money issues. So if you're spending every single penny you earn today, when you make that million, you're going to spend every penny you earn then too. So let's cut those habits and manage your finances and figure out your break-even point, your profit margins, where we need to be, how to put things away for taxes so you're not one of those people filing a tax extension at the end of the year and all that crazy stuff. And then we're also going to talk about risk management, because that's a really big part where entrepreneurs fail at, because they're not paying attention to themselves, they're not paying attention to their business, the clients, and every little thing. I mean, risk management is not all legal. Come to Mexico and I'll show you what I mean. And then also the structure and systems over it. And then we have dinner. And then that night at the beach, if Jen Morgan's up for it, I put down crystals and like the magical stuff with her. That way it's like all dark with the moon and she's by the water, what she likes, and we can do that. And then, do you like that idea?
Yeah, I was actually just checking the moon phase.
Really? Cool. So that is going on. And then I guess I have to say the night before, so on Wednesday night, I was going to have Alyssa diving, like same thing on the beach, but diving into like the deep truth and the deep shit that like you're going on, like the card readings and what's holding you down and that kind of stuff. Because I think it'd be cool on the beach at night. And then you the next night. And then on Friday, the retreat's not over yet, but we're going to go over more stuff. So you get to end Thursday with me and start Friday morning with me. Hopefully you don't get annoyed. But we're going to go over the systems of your business and the strategies outside of marketing so it can promote more freedom for you, because that's what you really want, right? Like, I don't want you to make $1 million and be glued to your computer every freaking day of your life. No. Or stressed out or worried about, you know, is this assistant doing this? Is this person getting this question answered? Like, no, like go live your life. Go have fun. You get one life. Live it up, people. So we're going to dive into promoting more freedom for you, and then go over multiple streams of income, because there's like some statistics, some expert, I don't know, but most millionaires have 7 streams of income. And a lot of the times, there's something that I do every quarter in my business to help open up more income streams, because you never know if you don't try. And if there's one person I know that launches like 1 million courses a year, it's Jen Morgan, guys. You'll have to do that one with me, the multiple streams of income. She will literally launch out like 10 courses in 1 month. And I'm like, how did you do that? Yeah. What are you doing? Like, really geez. Things. I know. She does a lot. So she has multiple streams of income. I do too. I'm sure the other 2 ladies on, and even the other ones that aren't with us today do too. And I want you to have multiple options too. Okay. And then it's lunchtime, and after lunch, we are going to go into marketing strategies, the part that everyone loves to focus on. And that's when actually all 4 of us that you see today are going to talk about marketing, because I could teach you something about marketing, but if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not going to work with you. And I know that all 4 of us have built our business in a different way. And I think it's important for you to hear all 4 of us so you can take what you like, leave what you don't like, and go make an impact in the world the way you want to. And then that's another day. We'll end it by 4-ish. And then around, dinner time, we're all going to get on a ferry and go over to Cancun to go have a night out on the town, because I want you to be able to like go have fun too. I mean, yeah, you're here for a business event, but I want you to also be able to see the island and make memories, because making memories is my greatest desire. And whenever I figured that out, it made business so much more freaking easier, because before I thought it had to do with money or time, but really it's memories. And I just have to have the time and the money in order to make those memories with the ones I love most. So I wanted to bring that part in so we can go have fun on our last night, not our last night, the second to last night, I guess. And then on Saturday, this is a fun day. Not saying that they're not fun, but this is literally, I had to have this day because every single time I go to Mexico, there's one thing I really want to do, and it's to get on a catamaran and go sailing and snorkeling and out and about. So that is the day that we're all going to go on a private catamaran that's like, I don't even know, I think it's like over 50 feet long. And we're going to go snorkeling in the crystal clear blue water. They're taking us somewhere. That part will leave for a surprise because I haven't even picked that part yet, to be honest, guys. But we're going snorkeling. We're going to a surprise destination. It's all inclusive too. And the resort is all inclusive. And when I was doing everything, I made sure that everyone gets a jacuzzi on their balcony. So I upgraded all of us. They were like, okay, here's the price for your retreat. And I was like, okay, upgrade us. And then the price is right. So everyone's getting their jacuzzi on their balcony too. And I think that's really cool. And the Cancun day, not Cancun, the catamaran day, that is all inclusive. And then that night, go do whatever you want. On Sunday, if you're staying on the island, just make sure you wave to everyone else that's getting back over to go to the airport. But Sunday's our last day, and we'll have something in the morning, and it's goodbye until we see each other another time. So that is the outline. I hope I covered everything and I didn't leave anything out or confuse anybody. If y'all have questions, post them below. Do y'all want to say anything?
I just have to say that sounds amazing. Go ahead, Jen, but or Jen's, I don't know.
Same thing as Cassie. I'm like, oh my gosh, every time we talk about it, I get more and more excited. And I hear more details. I'm like, oh my gosh, this has to be the best retreat I've ever heard of, because honestly, so many things are strictly business focused. Like so many retreats are like, okay, we're going to go to this beautiful place, but we're just going to talk business, like 9 to 5. And then you're just on your own. And maybe you go with the group and have a dinner somewhere and you go back to your hotel room after. And it's like, you're not really enjoying the area. You don't really have time to really enjoy why you're there or the location that you're at. So it's just strictly business. Or there's other retreats and it's strictly yoga and meditation, which is awesome. And there's like a time and a place for that. But it's like, this is such a beautiful combination of both, and enjoying the location, but learning, these strategies and these tips and getting this clarity and learning new things and how it applies to your business, but also like expanding on a soul level and having the playtime, which is huge. And so I just think it's a beautiful combination of business and soul and fun and relaxing. And I've never heard anything as amazing as this before. So I hope that anyone that's on the fence is really listening to that inner guide. If there's even that, because our inner guide is subtle. So it's not going to bang you over the head and be like, you have to go and do this thing. It's subtle, and the more that you can listen to those subtle cues and just trust them, because like Jen said, seconds later, your head is going to kick in with like, oh, no, I need to pay off my credit card first, or I'm not really sure if this applies to me. And everyone else already has more experience than me. I don't belong there. And, I should really just be putting money away for the kids' education, whatever it is, all your pressure points. So no, for me, the greatest leaps and bounds I've ever made in my life and business is because I listened to that subtle yes. It was just a subtle yes, do it, yes. And I heard all the garbage going on, don't do it, it's too much money, or you don't have that, or what if it doesn't work, or you don't belong, or whatever, you're not smart enough, whatever it is. And I put it aside and I started trusting this feeling. And that's when my life started to change. And that's when my life started to open up. And that's when my whole trajectory for my life became what I wanted it to be, not the small should have, could have, would have version that I originally started on. When I originally started in a 9-to-5, and I originally started going to college and doing all those things that I thought I was supposed to. You can really change your life, and it can happen very fast. The more you'll build that trust with that inner voice, and it is subtle. So if you have even that subtle hint that you're supposed to be there with us, I really encourage you to act on that.
Yeah, I would definitely second that. Yeah. There's something about saying yes to that. It's almost like this retreat, you could almost call it like the holistic business retreat, because like Jen was saying, where you get to go, you will literally be able to take so much with you that's of value to you, because there's so much variety. And it's not variety in the sense of we're just like throwing a bunch of stuff out there and hoping it sticks. It's more like, no, there's a real intention and a purpose behind it, because in order to be able to have what you've never had before, you have to be willing to go to the places that you've never gone before. And this is exactly, there's going to be things that are going to challenge you that you're going to have to really face and decide whether or not this is actually something that is it a challenge that actually makes sense, or is it a challenge that is attached to something that doesn't even apply to your life anymore? So there's just so many really, really cool opportunities for you to be able to grow and expand in your business, but in consciousness, in love and understanding and relationship. I just want to point out for all the moms who may be listening right now, who are maybe catching the replay, I'm a mom. I've got 2 kids, Eli and Callie. They're 7 and 5. And I remember when I first started out doing business, it was one of the most painful things to leave them. So if you're a mom right now, I know there's a lot of moms who like, they don't struggle with this. Like they're like, I get up to go out the door, like they're good, they're booking it, right? But for me, I felt guilty every single time I spent a cent on my business, every single time that it came to packing my bags and going to learn from another expert who was going to mentor me and that kind of stuff. It hurt, like it physically hurt. I remember the first time that I ever went on a plane away from them, I cried the entire car ride to the airport. It felt horrible. I felt like I was ripping a part of myself apart. And it didn't feel natural. Literally, I felt like it was this unnatural act to be doing this. But what I have to say is that not only every time I went away did something get lit up inside of me that had been dormant, not unavailable to me, but had been dormant for a long time, but I came back a more grounded mom. I came back a more passionate mom. I came back a mom that was way more engaged and invested into my children's future, because what I was able to do is I was able to see the impact of what I was learning on a global scale, so that I could actually raise little leaders that could think about things differently at the age of 7 than I ever thought about at the age of 30. So what you are doing is significant. It matters. And even if you're a person, or you're a person listening to right now, and you're not a mom, but you're planning on having children, or you are a teacher, or you just want to inspire the world, it doesn't matter. These principles all apply. But what I'm saying is that the whole entire excuse of, well, I can't go because I have kids is bull. It doesn't apply here. It's not even allowed to be present within this space. Because every time that you choose you in your biz, in your life, in your soul, in your passion, in your desire, you're choosing them. Even though it doesn't feel like that at the beginning, it always ripples back. It comes back. So just wanted to let you guys know that.
Wow.
I love your message. I'm not a mom, but I can see that would be guilty. I mean, I'm working on it, but I was always like the people pleaser, and I felt the guilt. I felt the guilt in everything. So I would be like that if I was a mom. I would be one of those people that you just spoke to.
And that makes me think, Cassie, as well, of sometimes I come across clients, and I've had these thoughts myself as well, where it's like, okay, well, I want to start this business, or I want to leave my 9-to-5, but I'll just kind of get started on my own, and I'll get a few of my clients myself, or I need to grow I need to get more clients before I can book something like this, or when I'm more successful, I'll be able to do retreats like this, or when I'm more successful, then I can hire a mentor. If I book 2 more clients this month, then I'll go on this retreat. And it's kind of like, I understand the thinking, but that is the ego thinking that Jen was talking about earlier, if you caught that. it's a self-doubt. It's the trying to trick you into staying small and staying where you're at, procrastinating and second guessing yourself, because the ego's job is to keep us safe and keep us in the known. And for you to start thinking about branching out or doing something that your soul is asking you to do really terrifies the ego and really triggers the ego. So what I wanted to say was when Cassie was sharing, it made me think of this. Coming to a retreat like this is how you're going to grow your business. It is how you're going to create clients. It is how you're going to grow your income. Yep. I have never seen something so well-rounded and put together as what Christy has put together, where we're going to be talking about soulful things, but also applying it to actual business principles and strategies. And also, let's not forget about actually taking care of ourselves and our bodies and our relationships, and not becoming a slave to our business, because I walked down that road as well. And our money, when you were talking about money, like if you're used to spending, it doesn't matter if you're a millionaire, you're just going to spend it all. I'm like, yeah, I did that too. Like I had to hire a money coach. And so now this is going to save you the money of hiring a money coach. And you know, so I've just never seen something so well-rounded. And it's not about, you know, when I get more clients, then I can go on retreats. When I create more income, then I'll hire a mentor. It's like, you've got to do these things first, and you have to act in faith, and you have to listen to that inner guide saying, do it. And it's subtle. It's not going to bang you over the head. Do it. And you're going to hear that crap coming in, and you have to ignore it. Please take it from me, because this is what I've done to create the life that I never thought I could have, and the business I didn't think that would ever be possible. So I hope that you'll listen to that subtle yes, and I hope that you will act in faith before you see the clients, before you see the money, because coming to something like this is how you're going to grow your business, see the income, and see the money.
And see, that's exactly who I made this retreat for. I wanted to make it for those that, you know, are stuck in that phase. They're overwhelmed. They don't even know if this is going to work out. They have so much fear. And I got the lowest pricing that I possibly could compared to other ones out there, because I know that the ones that are thinking about it and they're going, I don't have clients yet. I don't have this off the ground. My business is only an idea. I don't really know if I'm made out to be an entrepreneur. Everything that Jen for Jade just said, because there's two Jens on here. Everything that she said, everything that Cassie said, everything that Jen Morgan's even said in the beginning, those, like, if you are like, oh yeah, that's totally me, then this is for you. And I made it the lowest pricing that I could. You're getting the 5 nights, all inclusive. You don't have to go to every single business training. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't want to go, but I mean, it's not like we're gonna, you know, be forcing you to go. You're not in handcuffs while you're there. Like, you have freedom. You go do whatever you want. And then you're getting the 3 days of business trainings. You're getting the all-inclusive catamaran day with sailing and snorkeling. We're going to Cancun. You're making new friends from all over the world. I mean, just the guest speakers alone, global. Tanya's even from Africa. We got her from Africa. We got Emma from Scotland. Like, we're everywhere.
Like, if you added up how much it would cost, I'm just thinking in my head, how much it would actually cost to hire like 8. Each of these speakers, 8 speakers, even for 1 hour. Like, if you think about that, if you were to actually go to each of us and say, oh, can I hire you for an hour of your time? I'd love to hear your, you know, about this, or I'd love to get more of this or whatever. Like, oh my gosh, that would have to be at least over $8,000 by itself if you added it all up. And then I'm thinking about, okay, then they're getting the upgraded room. They're getting all inclusive. Mm-hmm. They're going on the catamaran. Yeah. Like, they're going to meet new like acquaintances that are going to help them grow their businesses, like new biz besties, which has been invaluable for me in my own life, is 100%. Going to live events and creating real relationships with real people who end up helping you promote and grow your business, which is, you can't even put a price on that. Like, honestly, Christy, I don't know how this is priced less than $7,000.
I know.
Because I'm
$7,000 at least retreat.
Just a master negotiator.
Yeah. It's like this. I can't even believe, like, I would pay more than $7,000 to a retreat like this. Yep. And I just can't believe you've got it at like half that. So, wow. Yeah, amazing. And I hope anyone that's listening really can grasp that and really takes advantage of this opportunity, because I mean, who knows if and when we'll ever be doing this again.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. And I've invested a lot into other retreats for myself to grow. This is an incredible deal.
And so the crazier part, fun fact, my negotiating skills are what the island taught me. My first time I was there, I was like, oh, you're trying to sell this to me at this price? Let's get started. Let's see how low we can go. And I got it, I don't even remember, but definitely like 75% off. And I still have it because they had like different, I don't know, you can get whatever in like the little bitty shacks and that kind of stuff. And I have this pair of like fake Ray-Bans, and they're my favorite because I talked them down from like $50 what they had it listed, because I left my sunglasses at home, but I mean, it's sunny in Mexico, I need some. And I talked them down to like $5 or something, and I those are my favorite. My fake Ray-Bans are my favorite pair of sunglasses, just because I was negotiating like a badass.
Yeah.
So you can learn how to do that to your dreams too. But yeah, like this retreat is meant for those that, are really stuck and really know that they are meant for this. Like, you are ready for it. You just need to know how to implement and what to implement. This is where the retreat, like, this is it. You coming with us or you not? Because I know that if you're not coming with us and your gut feeling right now is telling you to go, then when we're there and you're seeing photos and you're seeing us there, you're going to be jealous. You're going to be upset with yourself. You're going to be self-sabotaging yourself. We don't want that. We want you to come with us and cut that out of your life so you can be in love with everything, and including your business and all these amazing dream clients that you don't even know who they are yet. You don't even know where they live or what they are going to be doing and things like that. Like, we are going to figure everything out in Mexico, where we're there for a whole week. And it's not like any of our guest speakers. It's not like we're above you. I wanted to create something where we're all equal. Okay. So you see me hanging out on the beach or whatever, and you have a question or you want to come, like, come hang out. Yeah. Like, don't be like,
that's another thing I'm so excited.
I'm not the same.
Yeah, totally.
I'm so excited to meet people that I've only known online, or maybe they've been following and I don't even know. Like, I'd love to meet you and talk to you and hang out on the beach or go for a little paddle on the water and like do it. I was even last night, I was envisioning like doing Insta stories and like the posts we're going to make and the videos, and like, we're just going to have so much fun. And I literally feel like, I wrote a newsletter to my contacts this morning. I'm like, it's like a slumber party. We're gonna have a 5-day slumber party in paradise. That's what I keep calling it, because that's literally what I want. I want to hang out all day, all night. I just want to have fun, and I want to talk about your dreams, your purpose, and how you can really hit the ground running when you get home with that. And I'm like literally counting down the days.
Yeah.
140 something now.
I know, I'm excited. October will be here before we all know it. And just like the early bird, tonight is going to be gone before we know it. Just to remind you. But another thing about this island, last June, we were on our honeymoon and we went, because we were exploring all over Mexico. And while on that island, it was like the biggest aha moment on why my business was so messed up and why nothing was working. And why I was not being an expert entrepreneur, even though my first business was a success. And I remember like telling my husband, Brad, been together for like 6 years now. And I was like, I know what's wrong with my business. And he's like, I'm sick of your business. Like, I don't want you to do your business. All you do is do your business. I'm done with it. And I was like, okay, well, let's make a bet. Like, we made a bet on our honeymoon that by our 1-year anniversary, which is June 3rd, so it's coming up real fast, that if my business wasn't successful by our 1-year anniversary, I'd be signing divorce paper or picking my business. Like, that's how non-supportive he was. He was so not on with this business, but now he is. So that was why the whole welcome party thing, that's going to be fun. It's going to be juicy. You got to be there. Yeah, so Is there anything else we want to talk about? I mean, the early bird pricing, it's only $3,500 US, which, like they were talking about, something like this usually costs about $7,000, but not for you. And we're including everything.
All inclusives are usually like $6,000, if not more. Just like aside from business stuff, usually just an all inclusive by itself.
Yeah,
like 6,000. I think that's what we paid for our honeymoon in Aruba. So
I think we paid for like total something like that too.
Yeah. So I mean, value alone, aside from like, you know.
Yeah. So let's say you get there and you don't like any of us, then you still can go on an awesome vacation.
You can go to the beach.
You can go book whatever you want. You're still gonna come out ahead. Like, this price is crazy. It's unbelievable.
Well, if you hate every single one of us, then
then you can just be like, bye.
And I think I wanted to mention as well, like I have a few of the ladies from my group that are coming. They've never met each other in real life, but they have just kind of buddied up and they're going to share a room together. So they're splitting the investment. So like the investment that's already unbelievably low for everything that is included and all that you're going to be getting and learning in such a well-rounded, experts coming, they're going to be splitting it in half. So I think it's so cool. Like if there's someone that you've been in a group program with, or maybe you're both part of a Facebook group such as mine or any of the other speakers, and you guys kind of click, or you think you would kind of, then why not reach out to them and be like, hey, I wanted to go to this thing. Here's the link. If it resonates with you, maybe we could share a room. Maybe we go together. And so I know that's worked for some of the ladies from my tribe, and I'm super excited. I get to actually meet them in real life. So if that's something that helps you get there, then maybe there's someone you reach out to and invite them to come with you and split the cost with them.
Yeah. Sharing a room with someone is no issue. Yeah. And also, another thing real fast, I'm going to interrupt. None of us know each other in real life that are coming. So if you think like, oh, I don't even know anybody and things like that, like us as the guest speakers, I've never seen them in real life before. So they're online friends too, okay?
Yeah.
So I want to just bring that up too, in case you're like, well, I don't know anyone there really. I just pay attention to them on social media. I don't know. Yeah. None of us know each other.
That's a good point, because I totally forget that. Like, even as you were saying, I'm like,
dope.
It just seems so weird. But it's true. Yeah. Like, none of us are going to know each other, but I know we're going to attract these really like just soulful, beautiful people, and we're all just going to get along so well. And I literally just can't wait.
Christy, I think it's really cool that you're letting people do that too. Cause I think, any of the retreats that I've been on, especially business, like related ones, you can't like, you get like your room, you pay your like price. There's like there's no like, I don't know, any way of
and then most of them don't even let you bring a friend or something.
No.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm like, what am I going to do? Hang out by myself? Like with some random person I don't know yet?
I told my husband, I'm like, you can go with me. And he's like, what? Like, cause that's never happened before.
Like,
You can go to places and, he's at home and, watching the baby or whatever. And, for the moms, I have a 16-month-old and I'm going. So, just saying, it's,
there you go.
You gotta like put yourself first, because you can't give your kids like what they need if you're not filling up your cup, if you're empty. Like, your kids know it. They're intuitive little kids, whether they can talk, whether they can't talk, they see you and they know, like, so if you're thinking like, I can't go away because, of this or that, or, maybe it's like that guilt thing, like you gotta leave him sometimes, it's like the best stuff I do is like when I leave him and then I come back and I see his face and I'm like, it makes it like so much better. Like when you can like leave and come back and just have him like hug you and you're like, oh my God, I appreciate it so much more. I'm not burned out anymore, and it's hard to have a business and have kids. Like, it is a hard thing to do. It's hard to delegate like that time. Okay, now I'm doing business. Now I'm doing mom. Now I'm doing this. And sometimes the lines get really crossed and intertwined, and you're running on like fumes sometimes, you know? So I feel like this is going to be something like, if you are a mom, that it's something you need to do. And then just another thing, like on the room sharing, a lot of the people, like the people that I have on my team and in my tribe, we have business accountability buddies. So like they have like people who either they've chose or like I've kind of assigned to them that they like check in with and they like brainstorm with, because one of the most powerful things that has been a driving factor in my business has been being able to have like a business friend, like that I can just be like, this is going on, you know, and you can run anything by them. And chances are they have an answer for you, or they know where to steer you, or just like, if you're like, I want to throw my phone into a wall, you know, like I hate everything, you know, they're going to be like, it's okay, you know, and you have that person there. And that has like propelled my business like so much more quickly than when I was doing everything alone and trying to do everything alone. So at least the people that are on from my tribe and anybody else's, yeah, find that person, like, or even if you have some inkling that there is a person that you're like, that person seems dope, like I want to chill with them, like go chill with them, like sign up with them. Because like really that's how me and Christy, like I don't know, even I think it was like another coach's thing that I saw you on, I'm like, she seems really freaking cool. And I think we like somehow reached out to each other. I don't even know who started that, but you know, now I have like a business accountability buddy and friend, and you know, all these other people that can help lift me up in that kind of tribe mentality. But like when you have these people who are business friends too, you got like stuff to, you can do stuff with them, you can plan stuff with them, you can do challenges with them, you can do Instagram stuff with them. And then you just have somebody there at the end of the day too, because you might have a significant other that might not get everything, or a family member that might not get everything, or your best friend that might not get everything.
And you know what she's saying, these people that most of the time don't get everything,
Yeah.
most of the time that's very common. So if you're feeling like, oh, I don't even want to bring my best friend or my spouse or whatever because they totally don't get me, like, that's normal.
Absolutely. And that's okay.
Like Brad still thinks that I talk nonsense sometimes. Or like, I'm like, I got a crystal. And he's like, what?
Yeah. My husband
we're like writing out my income projections. And
they're going to be best friends.
He's like, what? Where are you getting this money, Christy? You know, like they just, sometimes they still don't get it, even whenever you get successful and stuff like that. So when you have somebody that also is on the same level with you, it's game changer.
It's so important.
The team makes the dream work.
You know, the other thing too, like Jennifer was saying, like, I just want to like kind of, I don't know, throw this in there. It's something that stuck with me. My dad always says, and I think Albert Einstein said it, is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for different results. And I know a lot of you guys that are on here, I know he didn't say that to me like by like some mistake, because I've been hearing it my whole entire life. And that for business is huge. Like if you're somebody that's on here and you've tried, you know, you've tried everything you know how to do, and it's not really working. It's okay to say that. It's okay to admit that. And it's okay to have somebody help you to get to the next level. Like nobody's really born an expert, right? Like it's this learned stuff, right? And then at some point you almost outgrow your skill set that you have. And that's okay. That's okay. Now it's time to be a student again and learn more and learn from people who are experts in those areas, you know, and get the full picture. Like it's okay to not have the full picture, but if you keep trying to do everything the same way over and over and over again, and you see this is not working, what am I doing wrong? I'm frustrated. I don't know what the next step is. Why isn't my business going the way I want to? Why aren't I hitting my numbers? Like what is going on? And you just keep trying to do the same thing. It's time to level up. It's time to like, you know, level up your business. You need people to help you do that. It's okay to need help, you know, and that's like one of the things like being a mom. It's okay to need help. You know, they always say like it takes a whole tribe to raise a kid, right? Like that old saying, like it takes a whole tribe to raise a business.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
It does.
It does.
You need people in your court. You need people that have your back. You need accountability buddies and friends and people to learn from and people to coach you. Like it takes a whole tribe. you know?
Yeah, and I want to bring up, because of what y'all are talking about, self-awareness, guys, it's the key. As soon as I got self-aware, like, things started to change. But before that, I had too much pride to be self-aware. Like, it was totally, nothing was my fault. But when I realized, like, oh crap, like, yeah, this is all messed up because I'm not doing the right thing, and I know I'm not doing the right thing because I'm not listening to myself, kind of thing. Total game changer. So get self-aware of that and really listen to yourself. And I know some of y'all are like, I am listening to myself. Myself says I don't have $3,000 to go to this retreat. Come on, guys, take a breather. That's not what we're talking about.
There's many ways to find money.
Right? Exactly.
Manifest it.
Just like we had a whole house situation where our subfloor was all routed because we have a pier beam house that we just bought. It's a beautiful home. Love it. But on the survey, or not the survey, the inspection and things like that, nothing was said anything about this. And it turns out the AC had this leak and it was going everywhere. And the first day was like panic day. My mother-in-law's freaking out. My stepdad's freaking out. My mom's freaking out. Brad's freaking out, getting everyone worked up. And I'm over here like, okay, this is going to work out. This is going to work out. Then the AC unit turns out to be under warranty. All that got fixed. That saved us a lot of thousands of dollars. And then come to find out, all the subfloor that we thought we were going to do, we thought we were going to be spending like, I don't know, like 75% more than what it actually was, because we got in contact with the right connections that someone else knew that knew, blah, 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 and went down the line. And I didn't have to come up with $30,000 because the universe had my back, and the universe has your back too. You just got to be able to make the first step and believe in yourself. And the person that believes they can, they will. The person that believes they cannot, they will not. So believe in yourself and believe that you can. So you will do it. Yeah. So awkward moment of silence.
It's just muted. That's awesome. Sorry.
Yeah. So really, I mean, that's why we wanted to come on, because the early bird is ending tonight, and we want you to be there because we want you to have different results. We want you to finally live out your dream life. And I know that probably like 90% of my clients all come from another business coach, consultant, expert, whatever they want to call themselves, and they didn't get the results. And most of the time they're like super scared to invest in me after they already invested all this other money and they're in debt, and they come to me and they're like, okay, well, I want to do it, and things like that. And I mean, every single person is different. Every single business event is different. So if you've had a bad experience in the past, know that doesn't mean that every single person out there that you come into contact is going to be the same way, because it goes with like something you buy, you know, like maybe you don't like having an iPhone. Well, it's still a phone. And then there's Android, like it's just the name. Okay. So I want you to know that just because you have a bad experience at maybe a different event, a different mentor, whatever, it doesn't have to be that way, because everyone's different, including you. You're different. And if you are different, we want you to be there, because we want to change your life, and we really mean it. Like, we're not, I mean, if I was some hungry, greedy, you know, money person that really wanted to make buckets of loads of money, then I totally would have, you know, charged $7,000 for this, or $6,000. I would have started that off at early bird. Obviously I don't, because my heart is not in the place of making the money. It's in the place of helping you start making money in your business and getting good at what you're born to do. And I want to just flat out say that, because these things are way less, like when we start focusing on all these little bitty ideas in our head and stuff like that, like it's nothing. Like, just stop thinking for a moment. Okay, guys? And that's probably like the hardest thing ever to do. I know the first time that I ever tried meditating, it was like the worst experience ever. Cannot turn off my brain. Want to think and think and think. But I want you to just like stop thinking. No, it's easier said than done. But I want you to just pay attention. Are you supposed to be there, or are you not supposed to be there? If you're still watching this right now, that means you are supposed to be there. Like, I just want to let you know. And if you just joined us, you clicked on this video for a reason. You're supposed to be there too. And if you're watching the replay and you've made it this far, or you fast forward to this part, you're supposed to be there. So all of you are supposed to be there. And there's a link above this video, and you're just supposed to click it. And on that will take you to another page and has a little link there, and you click it. And then you pick your payment plan option because we got all kinds. I forget how many, but we have a pay in full. You can separate it in case you want to pay the first half now, the first half next month. You can do a monthly payment plan. There's even a bi-weekly payment plan that is going away because here's the deal. I know when you're starting a business, you probably have a job or you probably have a lot of bills due at the same time. And it's coming up to the end of the month and maybe you don't have all the funds together yet. That is okay. Okay. Because I know I've been there. I've done that. I've lived paycheck to paycheck. I've gotten paid bi-weekly things. Okay. I wanted to break it up because I know not everyone gets paid all their money or has a savings or things like that or credit cards because some of us can't even get credit cards. I get that. And that's why I made it easy. I made it simple for you because I want you to be there. I really mean it, guys. So, does anyone else have anything to say?
Yeah,
I'm just going on my rant.
100%. No, 100%. Yeah, no, it's amazing. I have to, yeah, we 100% want to be there. I've got the kiddos that I've got to go actually take care of here because it's a day off of school. But everything that we've said here today really does come from the heart. And listen to the nudge because it's always leading you in the direction that you're supposed to go into. So even if it doesn't feel that way all the time. But yeah, thank you, Christy. This is going to be a blast.
Yeah,
I don't mean to check out early, but I do actually have to go take care of everybody.
No, you're fine. Go be a mom.
So,
that's more important.
Yeah. See you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, guys. Well, I think we're wrapping up, and that's basically what the business retreat is all about. We're going to Mexico. We're going to build your business. We're going to have fun. We're going to make new friends. And everyone's going to have different results because I don't believe in cookie cutter methods. And that's why it's not just me there. There's 7 others there with me because we're all different. And I know that you may or may not like something that we do. There's someone else to tell you different results too because we're all different. If anyone else has any last words to say, or if anyone has comments, post them below because we are wrapping things up. And again, links right above this video. So just click on over and then click the blue button and go to the sign up page. So we can't wait to see you in Mexico.
Yay.
Yeah. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to add before we leave?
Just if anyone missed, what we were talking about a few minutes ago, it's just that, if I can leave you off with anything, anyone watching this or watching the replay, you're going to have that subtle inkling inside if this is right for you. And it is going to be subtle and it's going to be soft, especially if you haven't practiced on how to really tune into that. And what can be really, really loud on top of that, almost overbearing, is the self-doubt, the fears, the worries about money, time, being selfish or not smart enough or not there enough with your business to go to a retreat.
Or not supportive enough by others in your life.
Or that maybe when you have more money, you'll go to a retreat like this. Or maybe if you can create more clients this month, then you'll commit to this retreat. And if I could leave you with anything, it would be that to listen to that inner soft yes, if it's there for you. Put all of the head, ego, fear, doubt off to the side. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Act on faith because this is what's going to help you move forward. This is what's going to help you create the income, the clients, the life that you desire. And if you keep waiting for that stuff to happen first before you invest in something that your heart, your intuition, your gut is telling you to do, then you're going to stay if you feel like you're in a rut, but you'll be in this kind of place of chasing your tail over and over and over again. So I really encourage you, step outside of that, listen to that, even if it's just soft or subtle. If it's a yes, then join us today because this is the lowest price that there is left. It's the longest possible time frame to stretch your payments over. It's today. So Jen said in the first 20 seconds, if it's a yes or a no, act on that, act on faith, and do it today because this will be the cheapest, lowest price it's ever going to be. And with that, I can't wait to see you in Mexico. I can't wait to do Instagram stories with you and Facebook posts and really just help you get that clarity, everything that you need so you can hit the ground running, feeling refreshed, renewed, energized, expanded, and prepared to create the life and business of your dreams when you get home.
Yeah, because your whole life can change in less than a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you got to make the first step. And usually the first step is uncomfortable.
The hardest.
And then it gets easy and you become a natural at it. And then everyone's like, whoa, look at her go. What did they do? What is she even doing? You know, like you want that. I know you do. You wouldn't be watching right now. So come and join us and be there.
We're all coming to bring you our all, you know, all of us experts, you know, specializing in different things. Like we're all like, we are coming there for you to like kick it out of the park so you can take as much out of this as you can possibly take, you know, and we're there to have your back too. We're there to have your back. So know that when you're investing in this, like your money's safe with us. Like we care about your progress. We really do. We care about your progress. We care about your clarity. We care about your business. We care about you as a person. So, you know, on top of all the things everybody else has said and just acting on that inner knowing that, yes, know that your investment is safe. And we really are like coming there to like kick some ass. Really.
Kick ass and call names or whatever it is. Take names. I don't know.
I don't know. Can I swear on videos? I don't know.
I do it. But yeah, guys. Yeah. Professionalism is different to everyone. That's what I say. Just show up as yourself, and that's professional. Because you don't want to show up as somebody that you're not, because then that's not professional. That's fraud.
We'll talk about that there too.
Yeah.
In your business.
You're going to learn all kinds of stuff. You're really going to get to know us too, especially if we're in Mexico, just saying. So I hope everyone has a great Monday. And again, the button is right above this video. And I expect you. I won't even say hope because I don't want to hope because hopes don't actually happen. So I'm going to expect you to just go click over. Like if you're called to click over, go click. I'm not asking you to go press the buy now button, but I know you're curious. You want to know more. You probably didn't watch the whole thing. So go click over. Go see everything for yourself that we have. I'm not pulling stuff out of my ass. It's actually there. It's actually happening. And we'll see you in Mexico. How does that sound, everybody?
Yay,
Can't wait.
Yeah, well, adios, amigos. Bye.